to Channel 34 here in Montclair. This is the Three Wise Men. I am El Renato, along with my compadres, the hometown hero to my left, the one and only Mike Goldstein, a.k.a. Mike from Montclair, and of course...
Trying to get situated here.
Dennis DeDario, a.k.a. Denny from Yonkers, as we raced here like superheroes to get to the show late.
There is some traffic in Montclair, folks.
I think the president, it wasn't us, the president's in town, but more importantly, three big things to start with. The Final Four is set. My alma mater, the Fighting Orange of Syracuse, are alive and well. Number two, opening day has come and gone for the Yanks and the Mets. And item three, hot off the press, is Mike Rice, Rutgers head coach, is in a heap of trouble. Will he survive? Denny? Michael,
I'm
how
Mike.
are you?
I'm Mike. I'm the good-looking one.
Yes, Denny,
and
Michael, how are you?
I don't think it's a matter of him surviving. I think it's a fait accompli that he is gone, gone, gone. I saw the tape today. It's hideous. It's an embarrassment to any coach that's ever had the responsibility of coaching, whether it's 8, 9, 10-year-olds or whether it's college athletes. It's an embarrassment, and I think it's not whether he's gone, it's whether Tim Pernetti will follow, and then the president of the school will follow.
Because Tim Pernetti hired him,
And
Tim Pernetti didn't fire him.
and saw the tape
Right,
back
and
in
didn't fire
December.
him. Now, Denny has personal knowledge. of
Yeah,
Mike
full
Rice.
disclosure, Mike
So?
is the first recruit Nick McCarchick had at Fordham
Who
back
cares?
in '86.
I'm
Full
sorry.
Giving you the
disclosure, Mike.
background.
Okay.
I know, yeah, I'm giving it, so I know him, know him well, know him a long time. Just spoke to him a couple of weeks ago at the Catholic High School Championship game about the incident as well. And why are you looking at me like that?
You spoke to him about the incident?
Yeah,
The one that we just-
I said hello to him. We talked about a bunch of things, and I brought up the incident as well.
And he spoke to you on it?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
longtime friends.
Okay.
Mike.
Just remember, he had been fined about this. a
Yeah,
while
this thing
back.
was.
I remember
it
reading
wasn't-
that he had been
I
he had
didn't-
had a
I
3
didn't-
or 4 game
Wait,
suspension.
I didn't
based
bring
on
up,
some
Mike,
antics.
can I finish this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't
Sorry.
bring up the fact that this was going to come out. I just said, kind of sorry to hear it happen. Well, I told you to calm down, and what's the deal going forward?
Oh,
He
you
said-
told him to calm down.
Oh, I told him to calm down
Well,
back.
if you ever
I've
seen
known
him,
I have
Mike
seen
a
him.
long time.
I've seen him.
Mike.
have you seen his antics
I
on
have,
the sidelines?
I have.
You watch Rutgers games?
Well, I can't say I watch a steady diet
I-
of Rutgers.
Well,
I-
if you don't have to watch a steady diet.
Right.
All you have to do is
Mike's
take
a little hot-headed.
No, a little hot-headed. He is a whack job.
Well, I don't think he'll ever get another job.
Well,
don't say that
hold it.
because- wait.
It's not a fait accompli, first of all, that he's
It's
fired.
It's not a fate.
I have not seen-
It's a fate.
He's
to
not
A
out of
fait
a job,
accompli. It's
but-
not that either.
But his sideline/courtside demeanor is out of control. He makes Bobby Gonzalez look like
No, he doesn't. You didn't sit behind Bobby Gonzalez's
He makes
bench. I have.
Bobby
No.
Gonzalez look like a choir boy.
All right.
He is a madman on the sideline.
Did you see?
Well, guys,
see
can I ask you this?
And he's a madman that has not turned the Rutgers program around, so you can stick a fork in him. He is done.
Yeah, I
His
agree.
antics have caught up with him. He
I
acts like
disagree
a
with the both.
whack job.
Oh, you
And
think
3
he's
months
gonna
ago,
survive-
this
you think he'll
happened.
survive
This came out 3 months ago.
Right, but they kept it under wraps.
But they knew what the tape looked like.
Right, but they kept it
Okay,
under wraps.
so you're going to let Joe Schmo down the street dictate to you what you
No.
do with your coach?
It's called public
They
opinion.
saw
It's
this.
called public
They
opinion.
suspended him for 3 days, and they fined him 3 games,
This
and
is-
they fined him
Denny,
$50,000.
Denny, all due respect, and I know
Go
he
ahead.
might be a friend of yours. Did
Yeah.
you see the actual footage of
No,
the
I have not
practice?
seen the tape,
When you
but I knew what
see
was in it.
When you see it, you
And
know you
Ruck-
don't know
more
what's in it.
importantly, not me, but Pernetti saw it. He knew about this
He's
back
as
in.
big as Mike Rice is.
Well, here's what I'll say. If the president says to Pernetti, it's you or him, Mike's gone. But I don't think they're going to say that because they would have done that 3 months ago.
I think the president's in trouble. I think Tim Pernetti will be fired, and I think Rice has already been told he's gone.
The public outcry.
That's not what
Remember,
I've
This is not a private university. This is a state university. This is the state university.
So is Penn State, by the
Okay.
way.
This is the state university, okay, and here in New Jersey. And this is a program that's going into the Big Ten, and they want no part of bringing this stiff along with them, okay, because this guy has made a mockery of the way a coach is supposed to carry himself on the court. Now we know how he carries himself off the court.
No, that's not
He
fair.
acts
That
like
is
a
not fair.
raving
Now, I've
lunatic.
known him for 25 years off the court. He's a good guy.
I'm not
Does
I'm
he
talking,
act?
I'm talking
you
off
just
the court
said
in practices.
Well,
okay?
that's on the court.
I'm not talking about the way he
That's on
walks
the
around
court.
here.
When you see
I'm
this,
talking about the way he comparts himself.
I'm not condoning any part of it.
His behavior on court is unconscionable.
Okay, I'm not condoning any part of it. I'm just saying if they were going to fire him, they'd have fired him 3 months ago. You're going to be jerked around by a bunch of people who say, "Hey, you can't do that because there's a gay slur in there," or "You can't do that because you threw They saw this
Wait,
3 months ago.
It's not just that there's a gay slur.
Okay, then
Wait,
why
wait,
didn't
wait,
they
let me-
fire him 3 months ago, Mike?
I think
may
they
have-
tried to
that may have-
sweep it under the carpet.
No, they didn't. They suspended him for 3 games and fined him $50,000.
I think that was their way of sweeping it under the carpet.
That's not sweeping it.
I think it is. I think it is. I think this thing is going to blow up so big in their face. He's gone. I think Pernetti will be gone, and I think the president's in a lot of trouble. I saw it. You haven't seen it yet. When you see the way he treats his players, you're going to be stunned. You won't be surprised. You're going to be stunned. He takes a basketball no further than I'm sitting from you and throws it at a kid's head.
I don't say any of it was good, Mike. I'm just saying they knew all this, saw all this, and their determination was 3 games, $50,000, and that's it.
That is all the more reason why.
Pernetti's gone.
And I haven't seen it. So I'm going to hold judgment because I haven't seen it. I'm only going by, and we talk a lot. I talk to Dennis a lot, more than I talk to you, no offense.
No offense.
Cheaper
Dave.
phone call.
About mostly college basketball. College
Well,
basketball.
you're better off talking to
Right,
Denny.
but
Then.
that's the point, okay? And he knows I've spoken to him about Mike Rice, and he knows my opinion on the way this guy carries himself, which I think is outlandish and absolutely ridiculous. He makes a complete mockery of the way a head coach is supposed to conduct himself. It's like he's some wild, out-of-control parent at a Little League game.
Right.
And
He has admitted-
I'm not going to pass judgment on what he does at practices because I haven't seen the film yet.
Guys, he
But
has
if
admitted to
it's-
being
if
out of
it's-
control.
if
He
it's-
said this was wrong. What makes you think Rutgers is going to take another step forward? When you levy a penalty, it's like double jeopardy. You're an attorney, you know this stuff. When you levy a penalty, which was 3 game suspension, $50,000 fine, isn't that?
Well,
whether you think it's right or not, that was the penalty.
That makes no sense. Sandusky was levied a penalty initially. He was kicked
What was
out
his
of
penalty?
He was kicked out of the program.
He left the pro. He
didn't
was
leave.
Pushed, he
Paterno-
was pushed out and had access to
Okay.
had access to the
Did
campus.
they
until
levy another
2011.
penalty upon him just recently? Is he not serving a life sentence in jail?
That was criminal stuff. That wasn't Penn State.
You know something? If I'm a parent and my kid got a ball thrown at his head,
That's a different story,
All right,
Mike.
well,
You don't have to say. You may be right. He may not ever get recruits there anymore.
He's never going to coach again. He will never.
I don't know
coach
how
again.
Rutgers reconciles that.
Bernie Fine lost his spot on the bench, and then after basically the public outcry, he was fired.
He will never coach again.
I don't know if he'll ever coach again, but he's never coaching at Rutgers again. We'll continue with this. We will talk about if we get a chance on this very, very lightning rod type of a program. Okay, opening day, the Final Four,
Especially
and
since you taxpayers are paying his
maybe
salary.
even the
Isn't that
red
right?
hot Knicks when the 3 wise men are back after this.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
3 wise men are back. El Renato, Mike from Montclair, a.k.a. Goldstein.
Don't ever call me Dennis again.
I looked at you when I said Denny.
Should only be
He's
so
my
lucky.
Referee. And Denny from Yonkers, Denny DiDario. We are back and trying to fit a lot into a short show. This
The traffic in
news
Montclair
has
is
just come down
outrageous.
As we were racing here, as I said, it looked like the president was in town, where Mike Rice is on the griddle. We think he's going to be, Mike and I think he's
absolutely going to be fired.
Denny is not past judgment, and I haven't even
Denny's not passing judgment because he's
One
personal
other,
friends with
one
him.
other amendment to this.
I haven't
No,
even
it's
seen-
going.
I haven't even seen the film yet.
All right,
and
one
I
other
think- and
amendment
I think
to
he's
this.
going to get fired.
Their program goes into whatever the name is going to be for the football schools of the Big East. Then they go to the Big Ten following year. I think he's probably going to get the transitional year into it, and that's and it's going to come down to he's going to have to have a phenomenal year to keep his job going into the Big Ten. He will get fired after that one, I think, if he doesn't.
I'd be willing to.
But it's
bet
about
money I don't have, which is all of his money.
Right.
That he never coaches.
Yeah,
think he's
Denny,
going
you're cracking me up. You have the
No, I think he's
Denny,
going
This
to.
guy has seen his
I've got
last.
some- listen, I've got
he
some
has seen
bias.
his last hardwood as a coach.
Okay, we'll see.
I disagree with that because there's always the possibility Larry Eustace got the job, got another job. Okay, guys always have a way.
Hey, Denny,
of
are
finding
you
their
the
way
same
back.
guy? What we were about a month ago, we were arguing. I forgot the coach who went up and touched his kid.
That
He
was
said,
Montgomery.
"Oh, he's got to be suspended." He's got to be suspended.
I wasn't outrageous.
It's outrageous.
No, I wasn't outrageous. I just said you put your hands on a guy, you're going to get suspended.
Okay, so just wait till you see the tape.
Because it was the same thing Sean Woods did at Tennessee Tech.
Wait till you see the tape on this.
This one's worse. I know, but again, the penalty was levied. 3-game suspension, $50,000 fine when they watch the tape.
And then the public gets.
I think
The public shouldn't dictate how a school runs its show.
It's a state university.
But they've got they trust the people in charge to be able to handle that.
They're not trustworthy. That's what they prove.
Well, then the president's out, the AD's
They're not
out,
trustworthy.
the coach is out. Then you want the president, AD, and coach out.
I don't really care.
They all saw this.
Well, then
back in December.
they're all culpable then,
Okay.
and they all need to need to pay.
As the only Jersey resident here, I will defer. He's paying the salary. What the heck?
I'm going to reserve judgment.
And you know, with that money coming into that household, there's a lot of taxes being sent.
Stop.
I'm going to reserve judgment on the athletic director and the president until I see.
Oh, wait till you see it, babe. All right, let's go.
I'm not saying I don't believe it. All right, but I do want to see it for my own eyes.
Okay.
And obviously, we saw another hideous film. Hopefully, not too much of it. And I firmly agree with that controversy. CBS and ESPN, we finally agree with them, I think, for once in whole. I'm not going into repeatedly showing that terrible injury that we saw in the regional finals.
I didn't even see it.
And I was watching the game.
I saw
if you know what we're talking about. If you don't know what we're talking about, the Louisville Duke game, a terrible injury suffered to
Kevin Ware went up to block a Thornton shot.
As Kevin Ware landed, he came down awkwardly, and he literally broke his leg where the bone went through the skin, compound fracture. I did not see it until the next day.
The most remarkable.
Well, you saw the version I saw then, where they shadow the leg. You didn't see the actual.
No, the most
I
remarkable.
didn't see that because I was away from the TV. I saw him go at the three-point shooter. All right, and then I heard the comments, and I was away from the TV because the game was at a point where I wasn't. It was Easter Sunday. I moved away from the TV a little bit. I saw the reaction.
That three actually made it a 1-point game.
But I never saw a close-up replay. Okay, because they only showed it once.
Well, I'll take you through
the interesting angle, if you get to see it, if you haven't already, is watch the reaction of the kids on the.
Well, that's the
Which I
thing.
saw.
I'll tell you. I'll give you
That's what I knew
the.
was
Here's the
terrific.
sequence. They cut after the basket to Thornton, who made a kind of face like you thought maybe he got called for something, some kind of foul. He was squeamish or he's turning away, and you figured like me, you called something on me. That's what you were thinking. Next cut was to 3 Louisville players on the court. I said 3 guys got hurt. That's what he was looking at. And then you see on the replays the way the bench reacted. Some people said some kids vomited. I didn't see that. But the reaction was like I've never seen at a bench. Yeah. And I never actually saw the bone come through the leg.
Nor
but
did I.
You saw the leg deformed like a Theismann, like a couple of others. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
It was,
thankfully, and I agree with all of what, and I'm always on ESPN. I'm the mothership, but they did the right thing. CBS did the right thing. That's not something that we need to see repeatedly because, look, if you've got this notion and are glutton for punishment, you need to see it.
You can go see it.
a lot of Easter Sunday
And
brunches
suffice
would
to
have
say,
been.
we will not be showing a replay of it on the 3 Wise Men.
We won't.
Is that fair to say?
We won't.
The 3 wise men are going to move on, however, it's another magic number. And that's the Final Four because this is, unfortunately, we didn't have a show last week. So we didn't get to discuss the sweet little 16. But my alma mater.
But we all knew that it was going to be Louisville, Syracuse, Wichita State.
I think we all like Louisville. I think we all like Louisville. They were the best team going in. They are clearly still the team playing the best. They are really doing a demolition job on everybody they run into.
Here's the biggest cross to bear for your Orange men. I've watched enough of their games this year. I've watched them every game in the tournament. They can't score. They really have trouble scoring them. As the new terminology.
They can defend.
They defend great.
Scoring the ball.
Yeah,
Greg
can't
Anthony,
score the ball.
Greg Anthony started that about 4 years ago.
And they have length.
In two
That's
very
another
different,
terminology I
in two
hate.
very different ways.
They're not tall. They just have
In
length.
2 very different ways, Syracuse and Louisville, 2 of the better defensive teams you'll see going into a Final Four. I mean, it is life and death to score against.
The Michigan game in Syracuse is a fascinating game because Michigan actually can score the ball. They have some tremendous Hardaway Jr.
and 6th in the country. I think.
But and who's the kid?
And
Is
here's
it
the
Burke?
other thing.
Trey
Burke
should be Trey Burke should be the player of the year. Tim Hardaway's kid,
Right.
Tim Hardaway Jr.,
Right.
and Glenn Robinson's son, Glenn Robinson the
No,
third,
they can
are all
score.
going to be NBA players.
Well, here's the other thing about that team. They're number 1 in the country in fewest turnovers per game. So
Now,
they don't
the other
turn it over
aspect
either.
of that team, if you watch the Kansas game, which you probably
I did.
is they can't guard a statue. Right? They play no defense. So your notion of Syracuse being unable to score. Syracuse is going to get opportunities at a lot of easy baskets.
On transition.
Not just on transition. They're going to be able, their guards should be able to penetrate for dunks. If they're struggling big men which they can actually catch a pass and dunk the ball.
But the weakest facet of their game is offense.
Yes, well, compared to the way that
I've
to the way their defense is. Sure,
I've watched
right
them
now. Right now, their defense, and I started when Coach Boeheim started. Right now, their 2-3 zone is playing better than I have ever seen it play in 37 years.
But they can go 6, 7, 8 trips down the floor and not score the ball.
Two things Michigan's going to do against them. They're going to rebound off on the offensive glass because Syracuse has not been as good. I've told you this a long time. Syracuse's secret to the zone is not too many teams can rebound well out of a zone. They do. They always have. This year, not as much, and this kid, McGarry, is just a load. He will get on the offensive glass along with the other athletes, Robinson
and I
from
think
Michigan.
I think they're going to get him in foul trouble by attacking.
You said that against Kansas, and Whitby didn't do it.
No, Whitby went. See, that's where everybody's wrong. If you watch the game, Whitby was going to help people. That's why the big kid got so much.
But when Whitby had the ball, he wasn't getting McGarry in foul trouble.
That's why the big kid was free all the time, because Whitby was going to help.
Okay, and
Kansas
Michigan will
kids
get out in
who were getting beat off the
transition and
dribble.
get easy baskets.
All right, guys,
That's how
before we
they're
go to
looking
break,
win.
let's just real quick, championship game and a winner so we can get out of here and get to the next segment.
Me?
Yeah, championship
Well,
game. And
You're the expert.
it shouldn't be that difficult, Denny.
Louisville, Michigan.
Louisville, Michigan, who's winning?
Gotta go with Louisville. It's hard to go against them.
AWP?
Louisville Cuse.
That's a shock. And
Well, no, I think they're.
Okay.
I think they're better than Michigan. I
Okay,
think they'll
and?
beat 'em. I think they'll do a good job on it.
And?
I think they'll score enough, and I think Syracuse will find a way to beat Louisville. I think
okay,
they can do it.
I got Louisville, Michigan with Louisville the winner.
Okay.
So
No one's giving Wichita State a shot. And by the way, that's as good a mid-major. That's as good as any of the Butler mid-majors I've seen.
two of the
made it
Knicks.
to the two
Two
national
of the Knicks
games.
from the 68, 69, 70 team.
Dave the Rave and Nate Bowman.
Nate Bowman and Dave the Rave
Stalwart.
Stalwart.
Yep.
Stalwart.
And I think, is Dave Woolworth gone? Did he leave us?
I think he did.
I think he left us. I'm not sure about Nate Bowman.
Because I think he had actually been in the NBA after having a heart attack.
And Dave the Rave Stallworth was
I think you're right.
I think
I
you're
think,
right.
I think when he
you're
was
right.
on that championship team, he had already.
And he was a
suffered heart
fun guy to
attack.
watch.
Not
He
bode well for a long life if you had a heart attack when you're about 28 years old.
We're going to be back with quick hits. We are the Three Wise Men. Back right after this.
We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home.
No.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
Let's see what you can do. Let's go.
Search Weekend for ideas on how to get healthy together.
Hold it.
When last we spoke, the Knicks had finally won a game. They haven't lost since.
Yeah.
We talked about what are they? Are they a 45-win team? Are they a 50-win team? Well, we know they're not a team that's never going to lose a game, but let's give them even more credit for being resilient, for now really playing well. Smoking the Celtics the other night. They have bounced back again.
But here's what I'm hanging my
and are
hat on.
playing really well.
Here's what I'm hanging my hat on.
Hanging your hat on
right
for
now,
what?
no.
You're rooting against
Hey,
them, or
listen,
you're-
I'm absolutely rooting against them.
No.
I'm
This
out.
the anti-Dolan
I've
thing?
outed
Have we
myself.
established why?
No. Listen, it's a whole myriad of things.
Okay.
But here's what I'm hanging my hat on. Right now, they're the number 3 seed. The Bulls are the number 6 seed.
That's right.
If the season ended today, they go up against the Bulls in the first round. That is not a guarantee they're getting out of the first round.
Of course not. Of course not.
Oh, that would be.
No, but I think it's going to end up being the Celtics. And that won't be a
the
day at the beach either.
No, they'll
They'll
beat
beat
the
the
Celtics.
I don't think that'll be a
They'll
day at
beat
the
the
beach
Celtics
either.
round.
Denny, every time you move around,
Yeah,
you move out of
I'm
camera,
trying to
which
get
might be
situated.
a
I haven't
good
been
thing, by the
comfortable
way.
today.
And it's too bad also we didn't have that last show, because I can toot my horn and say that I was going to go where no man has gone before and boldly predict.
Yes, the Bulls
that
were
the night of
gonna
that
beat
show,
the
the
Heat.
Bulls were going to.
We both agreed on that.
We're going to save my bacon and my Lakers 33.
But, you know, hell,
and
we-
knock
neither
off
of us
the
knew
Heat.
Noah wasn't gonna be in
No,
there,
of
right?
course not. Not Noah, Rip Hamilton, etc.
Without Noah, I would not have said they were going to beat them.
So that was, and I wouldn't have known it. So I would have. That was a great win, and thank goodness Lakers streak.
Let me tell you say one thing. Tom Thibodeau can coach.
We knew that.
Wow.
Can we
I
get
mean,
off the NBA? We've spent
Absolutely.
far too much time in the NBA. Let's do
That's
a
one of our quick
couple
hits.
minutes on the Major League Baseball opening day, and let's get out of here.
Yeah, baby. Well, that was a fun one for you Yankee fans. huh?
Oh, baby.
You know, your ace goes out, gets smoked by a Red Sox lineup that leaves a lot to be desired. But if you looked at the opening day Yankee lineup, and I know you are a dyed-in-the-wool Yankee fan, I know you have the competence in the front office,
Yeah,
etc.
he's objective.
But if you looked at that Yankee lineup,
It was hard to look at it.
okay.
It was hard to
Are
look
you
at
taking that?
My question is, how long did it take you to look away?
No, listen, I watched the game.
I mean, at that, when you look
You
at
know,
the lineup.
here you are in the 8th inning. They give you a gift, 2 walks, and you've got, Nunez, Cano, and
KKK.
Euclid coming up, and I had a little life in the step, and that went down quickly.
It's
KKK.
a month ago I gave you 87. Are you signing for that?
No, I'm
yet?
signing up for 90.
Okay.
I'm signing up. The only thing, and speaking of 90,
Give me the under.
I hope our ace can throw it faster than 90 the next time out.
It's about 92, 91, 92.
I'm going to give everybody a pass when the weather is so cold and brutal that they play, and you like to see what happens.
Started
when
in 60-degree weather
when you
yesterday.
like to get the baseball weather. But I'm telling you something. With all the injuries you've got, if I had a chance to play the under, I would.
This could be a rough
all
year for the
for
Yanks.
it. I think they're going to. I think 85 wins is going to be a major.
Now, can I take a shot at the team I hate, the
I
Dodgers?
really do.
You can't take a shot at anybody right now because we actually got to get out of here.
Oh,
Because
okay.
We told everyone it's going to be a shortened
Yes,
show.
we did.
We've got a council meeting starting.
The
in
world
15
champs
minutes.
lost their opener.
We actually,
They'll be fine.
We're the only show in America where the talent actually has to break down the set. So we have to break this down and be out of here in the next 5 minutes. So
Abbreviated version of Three Wise Men. Next time we meet, we will have a new national champion. Hopefully, a little better taste for
we're going to be at WFAN next Tuesday.
a few days of baseball under our belt. And if everything goes as planned, the next time you see us, we will be with the great one who has signed a new contract, the one and only Mike Francesa, the gold standard of sports talk
Pope.
radio, who has signed a new deal with
The pompous Pope.
There was some white smoke coming out of WFAN studios.
With WFAN. And
I thought they had to check with him first before they said the white.
our plan is to be with Mike as part of our program this coming Tuesday. So we look forward to that. Until next time, for Danny D'Addario, the hometown hero, Mike Goldstein, I am El Renato. We are the men, Three Wise Men, and we'll see you again.